Hey, what's up? Oh my god, you'll never guess what just happened to me. Shut up. What? No, add it to the list. Are you ready for this week's ins and outs? I'm ready, bitch. I'm on my way to the studio. Let's go!
Welcome to On the List, episode 4. We've got our freshly bedazzled
list. Clipboards.
Fucking hell.
Shit, we're not even hungover. We have no excuse. Alright, today we are sporting. I'm wearing a Manchester United because everyone keeps saying I'm English. So we're sporting a soccer jersey. We've got a little lioness skirt. We've got a Spezial by Adidas or Adidas. 4X gold for the gals. And that's it.
I'm wearing a white tee, pink sweater vest. I'm so glad it's getting colder. Can rip out all the good
same.
things. Layers.
And
And some brown gingham pants from the Oppie. And
are they from an op shop?
yeah, Oppie find. And some brown Converse.
So
That Samantha has kindly lent me
for
to go
the
with
second
my
fit.
and a drink. Cheers.
Charles. On the list!
We're back for another fucking weekend. Another Sunday, bring you to church.
Take me to church.
We do have Bambi. She is in a very fun, playful mood. I've been playing with her, and now she won't leave me alone.
On your bed now, please.
Bye. On your bed.
Or just sit down then. That's okay.
Good girl.
That will be fine. Stay there. So there's a fair bit to cover this week. It's really hard actually having this podcast with Grayson because I feel like I can't talk to her throughout the
I
week.
know.
There's so much that I talk to her and I'm like, either I wish I didn't say that to you right this second or wait for the pod. And waiting until Sunday is
A long time. I felt really
Too long.
lonely all week because I haven't been able to tell you every single thought that I've had. But we caught up the other night and then we'd start talking and we'd be like, wait, stop. Hold on, save it for the pod.
I literally told her to write a word down so we wouldn't forget to bring it up. Not that it's important, but we just like authentic responses. And the more that we like talk about,
We lose the greatness that just comes straight out of the dome.
yeah, which is why we
That
started the
real
podcast because we were like
honest.
everything that we said to one another. We were like, wow, someone hit record.
The masses have to hear this.
They must.
Because we're just the girlies and we're all the same.
And we're really hoping that we nail this audio. If not, it'll get better next week.
We'll get better next week, as we like to say on this pod. The microphones are here, but unfortunately they came on Friday afternoon. So I work on Friday and
I have to listen to a fucking automated response. No, the lion squeaking, you can have the lion, but if it squeaks, you're out. Moving on.
Wait, can I say something real quick?
No, this is a one-man show. This is my TED Talk.
I had a man slide into my DMs last week replying to one of my stories of the pod, and he was like, what's this about? And I was like, oh, you know, just our ins and outs of the weeks. He's like, don't know if I want to listen. And I was like, then don't listen.
We're not holding a gun
I'm
to your
not
head.
asking you to listen. And he's like, well, what are the kind of the topics? Gave him like a quick, I was like, abundance mindset was in there for this week. And he was like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to listen, hey. I was like, okay, cool.
But that's just like not necessary.
Yeah.
Bit weird. I have to put this dog outside because her pitter patters. You know. I mean, if we can control one thing, it's her noise. Come on. Okay, cool. So, a few things I wanted to talk about. We have way too much. Which is weird because we didn't even go out this weekend, but we have heaps of content to fill you up in.
Speaking of filling up, I have to cover my fruit bar because these
Oh,
pants
yeah.
are not flattering sitting down,
Yeah.
but they're great standing up.
We could just do this thing with your arm. I just can't decide if I like to be laid back. I mean, all in baggies. So
I hate
I'll
standing.
probably regret it.
I mean, sitting. Let me be horizontal or nothing.
Yeah.
I can't wait to be in the grave.
Okay, so I just want to talk about this thing. I got Grayson in the car to write tunnel down. Two girls with a podcast. We're talking about the concept. They got a listener write in, and the listener had asked, like, there's two girls on this podcast. Who are you guys tunnel sisters for? The concept is, do you understand? The tunnel
Yeah.
is like the guys
Your
that you
coochie
suck
hole.
with. Yes, it's your coochie hole.
Yeah.
Your cooch. Your cooch.
You're cold.
You're cold.
You're cold for your cooch.
You're cold for your cooch.
Oh my god, hit me up, you're cold.
Alright, so the Tunnel Sisters, and they were like literally best friends for however long. I mean, granted, probably because they've been friends for so long, but they were like, none. We've never slept with the same men. And I'm just just like,
Are they from the Gold Coast?
I think they moved here.
Oh.
But I guess always been in a relationship.
True.
So that checks out, I guess.
Yeah,
She didn't
yeah,
say
yeah.
that. She's like, we've always been in relationships. I'm like, surely there's one guy you guys both kind of liked and went, oh, go for it. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
You know, like, even if it's
There's
like
so many of them.
we weren't to get, like, yeah.
Not even just with you. There's so many of my friends where it's like, oh yeah, we've both crossed paths.
Yeah, 100%. So many paths crossing, tunnel crossings. Anyway, I thought it was interesting because I couldn't believe that these girls hadn't, and we have a few, like more than most, probably 50% of the people I've slept with. So
Yeah.
you look at my list, it's just almost identical to yours, give or take a few
Well, I don't
stragglers.
have a list. That's the thing.
Oh, you
That's
don't.
another thing,
That's
I don't have a
wild.
list.
Crazy for those people. Like, is it normal? This can be a poll. We'll poll
Yeah,
it.
this is a great poll.
Yeah. Do you have a list of the people you've slept with? Mine is first name and last name and numbered. Like dot pointed, numbered. And it's the exact correct order. First and last names. A couple of nicknames in there, but like in brackets next to their complete full name.
I have a friend who, they have a shared note with their friend and they have the star signs, like pretty much as much info as they got on there. Like,
That's actually pretty cool.
Key
I might
notes.
text everyone.
yeah, it's been
Even the
fun.
guy I lost my virginity to.
Yeah.
Hey bro, when's your birthday? I won't even start with that. Hey bro, I need your star sign.
No,
update
you need
first.
to get the Instagram and then just deep dive, find the birthday post.
Or Facebook if you can do that. That's pretty
True,
easy. That's
yeah.
way easier. Although I deleted a lot of my Facebook friends.
Who even uses Facebook anymore? It's uninstalled on my phone.
Facebook? Oh really?
Yeah.
I'd use it for Messenger.
I have Messenger.
And I like the memories. But Facebook, the reason why, little business side note, is the algorithm really favors if you link your Instagram, especially if you're a business, to your Facebook. And Facebook is really smart with the way they market, because I used to say to a friend, I was like, oh, I never use Facebook. And she's like, yeah, but how many times a day do you open it? It sends you 3 notifications every day that makes you open it. One will be a random notification, one is your memories, and one is birthdays.
Yeah.
And no matter what, you get a daily notification from Facebook that generally you will open at least once.
When I did have Facebook, I had all the notifications turned off for Facebook. So I'd go on like once every like 2 months and be like, oh, there's like 20 notifications and I've been invited to something that I've missed.
Yeah, see, I do it for the events. It's
Yeah,
quite good.
it is
But
good for
it's
that.
weird people are still doing events on Facebook. But I guess for the families? Not sure. Anyway, this is like 20 minutes of small talk. But another thing I wanted to talk about is a casual in. So we've got like ins and outs for the week.
Casual in.
Yeah, well,
I like that.
Yeah,
I was saying mini in.
a mini in. Oh,
yeah, but I love a casual in.
Casual in.
Yeah.
So it's we're not going to talk about it too much. It's probably not worth being a complete in, but yeah, a casual in.
Yeah.
A non-committal in.
Committal in. No, it's non-committal in.
Yeah, non-committal in.
How's your week been?
Yeah, great. I don't want to criminalize myself too much, so I'm not going to say too much because
Incriminate?
Incriminate? What did I say? Criminalize?
Yeah.
Like caramelize? Make it a little bit sweeter.
A sweet and juicy syrup for me.
On me sausages.
Whoa.
Every week. Sweating. Anyway, get a bit embarrassed, I do. Basically, a man that I have been getting to know, we'll just put it at that, is a Gemini. And when I first met him, he was like, I'm a Gemini, I know, like, and he straight up fully went defensive about
Oh, we
it.
all know.
So that's what I mean, they have such a bad rap.
Yeah, but
Such
we
a
know
bad
the
rap.
truth, so we don't really care. It's
And I
just
remember
like,
once you said, you're either off or you're on.
yeah, polars.
Yeah, and I think that checks out. And I was really hesitant with this man who's a Gemini. I was like, oh, he's a fucking Gemini. And I felt like he was very up and down. And then I realized, so there was a few things that we had, I guess, miscommunications over, where I felt like he over communicated something and I felt like we were fighting. And I said to Charlie, he just likes to fight with me, like, look at these text messages, like, they're just so intense.
Yeah.
I'm like, I get it, I fucked up, or I didn't respect his time or whatever, but he was just setting his boundaries
Yeah.
and communicating. She was like, that to me looks like it, although it's not what
Really
you want to
healthy.
hear,
Yeah.
it's him just setting his boundaries. He's just
Yeah.
telling you that this is how he wants to be treated,
Yeah.
and he doesn't appreciate what
Exactly.
you had said or whatever.
We love a king that can communicate.
Yeah, king communicator. One thing I've noticed is, you know how when you talk about your love languages, and like, which one are you?
Words of affirmation and valuable time. Is that what it is?
Quality time.
Quality time.
Yeah, I always think mine are all of them. I always think it's like, I want it all. duh. But I'm like, it's always what you don't have. So
Yeah.
one of my exes, he was like an athlete, never had much time, and so on the weekends, I really was just like, I just wanted you to spend time with me. So I was like, quality time must be mine.
Yeah.
And then I had a different boyfriend where we had lots of quality time, but I felt like I didn't get enough like words of affirmation from him. So I was
Right.
like, words of affirmations must be
Yeah.
mine, whatever.
You can have multiple.
Well, that I'm realizing that I just need a Gemini because it is words of affirmation.
Yeah.
And he is giving me all of the words. And I know words are not actions.
No, but
But
words still mean a lot.
They
you
do.
can say a lot with your words that really are like enhancing.
Yes, that make you feel really good.
Yeah, like it's encouraging.
Yes.
It's like, oh, you can really make or break someone with your words.
I know, you really can. And yeah, although I'm like, I know exactly where I stand and I get told I'm pretty awesome and amazing a lot.
Yeah.
Geminis, it's a non-committal in. We don't need to go.
in. We love the Geminis.
We
I'm
love the
talking to a
Gemini,
Gemini
that's
boy
why
too.
I like you.
I know. Well, you get along well with air signs.
Yes.
Because we're both a little bit crazy. Not that you are an air sign.
No.
But
We are.
Geminis are the whirlwind, and I love it. I love it. We are really good communicators. The guy I'm talking to at the moment is so easy to talk to. It's been very nice. No small talk. Like, it's just been straight whack shit.
Yeah, I love
Like,
that.
not really, but still really. Like, I sent him a voice memo, didn't get one back, but still, like, kept up. And
Some of them get a bit funny. You've got to ease them into it.
oh, absolutely. But I just like, sent him an absolute random thought, replied to me like it was nothing.
Ugh.
It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Geminis that they're in. So if you are, basically it's just a bit of like a public service announcement for Geminis who get categorized as crazy red flags. No. Great
Yeah.
communicators, you'll know exactly where you stand. Might not be where you want to stand.
We'll tell you the absolute honest truth.
Yeah, and that's it. And that's like, here I am being offended by his communication. My friend's just like, no, you just don't like the outcome.
There's such a difference though between an evolved Gemini and an unevolved Gemini. An unevolved Gemini can be so mean and just like will tear you to shreds with their words. An evolved Gemini will tell you something but like cushion it around and like make it so it's not so hurtful news.
Yeah.
They know how to communicate to like an effective level. You'll meet an unevolved
A
Gemini
mean
one
one.
day and you'll be like, fuck that cunt.
Yeah, I probably have,
Yeah.
in all honesty.
Yeah. And they're the ones giving us a bad name.
Yeah, fuck them.
That was me once upon a time.
Yeah,
too.
well, that's it. You've got
Before I went
to,
to
you've got to be
therapy.
unevolved to evolve. It's fine. Evolving comes from an unevolved
Butterfly
specimen.
to a caterpillar, as we like to say.
Butterfly to a caterpillar.
A caterpillar.
Caterpillar. Anyway, so that's my non-committal. We can, we'll probably have another one of them every now and then. Did you want to talk about another one too? You had a couple of other ins. Do you have another uncommittal?
No, they sort of. Oh, I did. Oh. Should I bring up the men lying?
Oh yeah, I feel like that might be a full. That might be a full episode.
Yeah, I think so too.
I don't think it's non-committal because
Yeah.
that man needs.
Jesus.
He needs to pull his finger out.
Well,
Ew.
fun fact: this is coming out on Easter, so happy Easter, everyone! Easter
God,
Sunday.
Happy Easter.
This weekend I've done nothing, which has been so great for my brain cells. But I'm doing nothing for this weekend. I'm resting this weekend. Jesus didn't die for nothing, so I'm going to sin next weekend.
Yes. And then we'll resurrect on the third day. Do it all again. May not sleep for 3. Waking
No.
up in a 2.
Yeah, the end of that is definitely relevant. Shall we get into our ins and outs?
Let's get into our ins and outs. What's on the list? What's on the list? What's on the list? It's the ADHD. Is that normal? Any doctors listening to this? I'm undiagnosed. I sing a lot.
Yeah, we sing a lot. Last week
I
was
also
just a
practice some conversations in my car, but that could just be a level of crazy.
Yeah, no, I feel like that's pretty normal. I used to do that a lot, but usually just in my head. But sometimes if I'm really...
I vocalize it. I've literally talked to myself in the car.
Yeah.
I think I'm just bored. It's when
Well,
no one
that's
answers
me
the
on my
phone
close
call.
friends.
Mm.
Oh, here
Checks
we go.
out.
Here we bloody go. Should I give myself a penis or a fupa?
It's like a kangaroo pouch.
I had
Why-
my little jewels in there.
Yeah, that's better.
But today, Bron was watching the pod. I was like, this is so in. And she's like, personally, I'm a fan of the shocker. And I went, no. The shocker's
No,
gone.
and also this. I know
Yeah.
she wants to bring this back. She's like, this is into.
I've always done this.
I love it, but how and not
No,
quite.
you gotta really...
Oh, that's another thing. When were you last? Sorry, completely changing conversation. But when were you last winded? That's a good poll.
I couldn't even tell you.
Neither. I remember like maybe when I like fell off a swing or you fall off your bike. As an adult, when was the last time you were winded?
I used to live out in the valley, down the road from here actually. There was a boy that I used to live next to, and I had a crush on him, and I mean, never listens to this. He had dirt bikes, and I would go out in the front yard on my just normal bicycle, not like a BMX bike or anything, just a normal bike. Was going down the hill. Front brakes, absolutely flew over their handlebars, winded myself, was lying there like gasping for absolute air. And it was either his brother or him leant over the fence and was like, "Oh, are you okay?" And I just had to be like, "Oh yeah, I'm all good."
It's not well. I feel like as a kid, I was probably winded 3 times a week. And I think if I was winded as an adult, send me to the hospital.
My lung would collapse.
I wouldn't go. I'd be like, what is happening? Like, it sent me into a panic attack.
Throat punch? That is my worst nightmare. I honestly have like this gut feeling that it's going to happen to me one day. Someone's going to throat punch me like a crackhead.
Did I tell you?
That I have that kind of luck.
Did I tell you, touch wood, that it doesn't happen? One of our friends once, she got uppercutted by a boyfriend. You know how like it's hot and sexy to be like choked, just like, you know, it'd be a bit rough. And she went, hit me. And you know, like you get hit, like it's like a little like, yeah. I've never asked someone to hit me on the face because I'm too pretty for that. But not the oh god. It's just not my thing, right? Yeah. Getting hit in the face, not my thing. Other parts of my body go for gold. But it's like a level. It's like when you choke, you don't actually choke, you just pressure the sides. You don't actually hit the windpipe. Write it down, guys, you fucking idiots. Anyway, so this guy, she went
hard that you're gonna bruise something.
Yeah. She said, hit me. He loaded up an uppercut. Full uppercut her. She got so angry. She's like, get the fuck off me.
Good. The light fucking
It's a light tap. You don't load up an uppercut.
We're not physically abusing our girlfriends while
no,
we're sex.
And you're also a pipsqueak. You suck. Anyway.
Is this the one?
That's the the one that had the audacity.
Oh, and the tea is fucking juicy.
Oh,
I did have half an all press, so that's why I'm a bit of a crackhead today.
Well, I'm fine. I slept until 10 a.m. both days this weekend. Sorry for everyone that are parents. I feel like no one ever likes to know that people get extended amounts of sleep when they can't get any. I feel
4:20.
Blaze it.
I saw a car today, or this week actually. This is a fun little a little side note. Saw a car 420U.
Oh, that's fun.
I was like, wow, you've hit the fucking jackpot. It was just a random government one.
No way.
Yeah.
I saw one that said hot mess. Loved it. And then I saw another one that cut me off. He got so angry. He was up my ass on the M1. And I did these ones. Like, fuck you, cunt. And he overtook me and his number plate said, excuse me. And I was like, no, well, it checks out. Dick.
Absolutely checks out.
Okay, so your ins?
Okay, so my ins are scamming and scheming.
Love this so much.
Scamming and scheming. There's so many. I've only been able to think of a few.
I did one today, so we can talk about it.
Yeah. What are your ins?
My in is hustlin'. Diva is the female version of a hustler, so hustlin'.
My out is not thinking before you speak. I've been an absolute terror lately. It's usually
Foot in mouth.
It's usually when I've, had something ingested. I can't say
Like
that.
a full meal.
No, I was going to say a bowel.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm just like, there's no thoughts.
Yeah, well, you're allowed to. Valium's prescribed.
Oh, okay. Well, it's usually when I've had
Just
a bowel.
don't ask to see the prescription. It's not in my name.
That's okay. We all love sharing. Sharing is caring.
It was an accident.
Yeah, I definitely don't have my name. Red flag.
My out is Icks. And I can't wait to talk about it. Can't wait to talk about it.
We'll be talking.
Yip yapping away. Do you want to start on me?
You start.
Me start?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do
in, out.
Yeah.
God, I love us. We're very synchronized. It's a bit scary.
Oh,
Today! Tell it, because I feel like I've been speaking heaps.
So today I messaged Samantha saying that this guy was a Gemini.
Yeah.
How good it was because Geminis love Geminis.
Oh my God, I've literally, can you please look at what I've just added to one of the ins on the list? I literally wrote dating a Gemini. I literally wrote that because I'll explain to you. But I put it on the list. I put it on the list.
And Samantha was like, shut up.
Yeah, literally, and that's why we decided to talk about it as a non-committal in. Because I was in the shower thinking, fuck, I love a Gemini, and then you sent me that, and I was like, I've just already added to the list.
Yeah.
Who needs a list?
Tapped in.
Tap, 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 tap in. Little waist, fat ass bitch, tap in. Do you know that song? Tap, tap, tap.
You used to be a DJ.
Oh, I'm a loser. I'm an old loser.
No, you're a Hillary Duff stan.
I am.
I am too.
2005.
But like, sorry,
I'm.
Yeah.
Let's go back. Okay, we are literally like 12 minutes in, and I've quoted way too many songs. It's giving Beyonce. It's giving Hillary Duff. It's giving
Timmy Yamaha. What's a girl to do?
Oh, I got it. I think we just completely drop the what's a girl to do, and we just start saying Fatima Yamaha.
Yeah.
And then like just say nothing.
Yeah, it's just.
And then
Fatima
it'll just
Yamaha.
become a thing.
Yeah, you're all in on the jokes.
Listen to the podcast and you'll be in on the list. All right, so my in is hustling, and it's a bit boring. I mean, but I just think it's important for us to again always talk about silly, wacky things. And it's really reflective of my week. We were very, I guess, money controlled this week. We were very crazy controlled this week. We were all about like going to bed early and like editing the
9:30.
podcast and getting up, going to work and like doing the things. You know, we were doing the things.
I wasn't staying up till 2 o'clock. I finished editing at 10 a.m. and I was like, okay,
10
time to
p.m.
go to sleep. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. This week it really clicked with me that I was like, and I think it was after our abundance mindset chat and about all the things that we've been like just trying to aim towards.
Tapped in.
Tap in. That's absolutely what this episode's named.
Tapped in.
Tapped in.
Oh, thank God. It's so hard thinking of them sometimes. And then I'm like, oh,
It just
bet on
comes
it.
to
It's
us.
so easy.
It's in front of me, screaming at me. But yeah, I think this week was just all about, for me, I was like, if I want my end, the psychic, to be correct in my life being changed by January next year, I need to pull my finger out and actually make it happen.
Yeah. You don't want to be made a fool.
I don't want to be made a fool. I don't want Susan, my psychic, to be made a fool. God, she's got a freaking living to make. I've gone on this podcast and told everyone that she's great. So I don't know. I know it comes easy if it's meant to be.
Yeah.
But I do also know that like hard work equals reward. And this week I have tried really hard. Like I wake up early in the morning and instead of, sometimes I used to like go for walks, and I'm trying to somehow find a balance where I can now incorporate some sort of like physical wellness, because I'm feeling like that exercise piece that's really helped me with my anxiety and like being able to like my mental wellness. I think if I run myself into the ground working a lot, I'll really regret it if I don't start introducing some sort of like
movement.
Yeah.
Do you like yoga?
No, my thoughts are too loud. I am too impatient.
No, I used to be like that too, but sometimes you just need like, it can be the specific teacher, but check some videos out on YouTube.
Maybe I will overnight,
Yeah.
just to wind down, because I'm so on such a frequency right now.
If you learn how to like just tap into your breath, how many times can I say fucking tapping?
Because this is what I mean. This is what it's about. It's about tapping into your life.
Yeah, if you learn how to like just focus on your breath, that's sort of how the thoughts stop, and not being judgmental of being like, oh fuck, I'm thinking again. Just go back and just start again.
Yeah, I probably do need to start doing that. I need to somehow find a way to, I guess, look into that health when you're hustling hard. I am kind of on a journey to just, I've always wanted to be CEO. I've always wanted to make lots of money. I want to be financially free. And to do that, I have been like looking into different avenues. I'm going outside of my comfort zone. I'm reaching out to like girls that I met a lot of people this week that I think are actually good for me. And I talk to my friends all the time. I have a friend that started her own business, and she's like going through all of those initial, business starting trials and tribulations. Turbulence. Weird turbulence. My brain goes. Anyway, I don't know, trying to really focus on how I'm going to get to where I want to be. And it doesn't come easy, and I'm currently feel like I'm working 2 jobs. I feel like I also am trying to be a good friend. I'm trying to look after myself, look after my dog, pay my bills, read my emails, send off invoices.
Yeah.
And I think because I've told myself like this is the era of my life, like I'm in my hustle era where I just have to fucking hustle to make it work, then it'll all be worth it. So I'm on that frequency. I'm on that journey. I'm really liking it. But it's really hard to maintain that in a social life.
Yeah, it is really hard.
It's so hard. Like, how do you be successful and make money, but be a good friend and then look after yourself? It's a lot.
Yeah, that's like how we're talking about with like kids as well. I don't know how people do it who have kids. One, because they're so expensive. Two, your time. The Sydney guy that I was talking to, he's like, not enough time in the day. And at the time we weren't doing the pod, and I was like, there's us sitting outside, like just come back from the beach, just absolutely chilling. And I was like, nah, dude, you actually have all the time in the world. Now I'm like, oh,
time.
What we say?
Time is not a construct. It's a real thing.
Yeah. Although this week, Romany and I went for a trip down south, and I was like, okay, I want to get there by 4:24 because we were going to get there at 4:26, and I was like, I reckon I can manipulate time, aka speed, and I'll get there at 4:24. Got there at 4:24.
Slay. I mean, that's abundance mindset.
Yeah, exactly.
So that was a small little intro. Unfortunately, we just filmed like 15 minutes and we didn't realize
I ran out of fucking storage because I didn't delete last week's episode, which is an absolute rookie error, but we live and we learn. This podcast is only going to get better every week.
And we persevere. I think the biggest issue with this just remains back to last week's out is Apple. You're continuing to be out. You suck, asshole. And okay, but we're moving on.
We didn't even get my in.
No. We didn't even get her in, so we have to do it again. She's had a wee.
That was a bust.
Abundance mindset. We wouldn't have known it had stopped recording until the very end of the episode. So, we can only take that as praise.
So my in is scheming and scamming, and I love a victimless crime.
And this is what it is, victimless crimes. Like, no one's getting harmed by these scams, really.
And everyone's familiar with the Woolworths self-serve. Fucking, we ruined it all from ourselves. And
yeah, I mean,
I said before, it's because we're fucking derived from convicts. Like, what did you expect the whole of Australia not to put through fucking grapes as potatoes? I'm so sorry, but we love a loophole.
Potatoes?
Yeah, grapes are expensive.
Are they? No, they're pretty cheap at the moment, I think. Bananas, though, are pretty cheap.
Everything is fucking expensive.
Yeah, out inflation.
Yeah, in Aldi.
Always.
I love Aldi.
Some people don't like Aldi because there's no music.
Well, I can't be alone with my thoughts. So the AirPods are in, I'm listening to a podcast and listening to music.
Oh, really?
Yeah, at least just one in. Like, especially on my days off, I'm just running errands, podcast in my ear the whole time. I get through that. People are like, how do you have the time to listen to podcasts? I'm like, I listen to 2-hour podcasts just walking around the house, vacuuming, going on errands.
Yeah, I put something on in the background.
Yeah. So
Scamming.
The band Slip at a festival, another iconic one, really easy to do. Someone goes in, you're wearing long sleeves, slip your band off, go and get your friend from the entrance, they put your band on, they walk back in, you can either swap bands or you can't, whatever. Fantastic way, I've done that many times. It's an operation and it's exciting, like you feel like a spy. So in year 5 was probably the earliest.
We're circling back. Circa 2005.
Yeah. No, actually I was 2006.
So you graduated in 2013?
Yeah. I have to use all of my brain cells to be able to do the math. It's not my strong point.
Mine is really easy. Year 5, 2005.
I know. I wanted to be that grade so bad.
Yeah.
Because no brain cells, no thoughts. What year are you in? Year 5. It's 2005. Now I'm like, it's like daylight savings.
Yeah, it's like you want to add a year go backwards in time. It's too much.
So in year 5, they had these paid stamps and you'd put your tuck shop in and then we'd go back and we'd write like 5 icy poles on it, and we'd go back to the tuck shop and hand it in and retrieve our 5 icy poles.
Because you bought a paid stamp.
We went and bought a paid stamp.
Like from Officeworks.
From Officeworks.
Oh my god, it's
so
just
if one
clever.
of our things was if someone was already getting it, we'd just add it on, then you wouldn't have to use the paid stamp. And then we thought, well, let's go and get a paid stamp from Officeworks so we can just write whatever we want on there and get all of these frozen treats afterwards.
Did they ever figure it out?
Can't remember. Probably repressed it. But we didn't get in trouble. I think they just sort of changed their system. Yeah, their books probably weren't lining up.
Yeah. The accountant was like, this isn't matching up. Your inventory doesn't match it.
The mum that works for the tuck shop.
The mum with the stock take on the icy poles. We're talking about which icy poles they were. The Rugrats.
They were the Rugrats. The no artificial colours. They were see-through. It was like all the kids, the Tommy and the
they
Chucky.
had like little. Yeah, I remember. Do you remember the SpaghettiOs with the Rugrats as well?
No.
Oh my god.
I
you
love
remember
SpaghettiOs.
Yeah, they literally had like shapes of Rugrats.
No, that's so weird.
Yeah.
I loved the movie when they went to Paris.
Same. Actually, I did my hair the other day and I was like, I look like Cynthia. You knew it straight away.
I had a Cynthia moment too. So then Not the latest scam, but another scam that I was very fond of and very popular
And quite successful.
It did the rounds was, I don't like waiting in lines. So at the Schmishmillion.
At the Shushmill.
At the Schmishmill, I would be like, to get into the Schmishmill.
Shushmillion. Or the Schmav.
The Schmav. To get into the Schmav, I was like, I'm not waiting in the line. I fucking hate waiting in line. So I'd go to the front and be like, oh, I just have a booking at the
Schmopic.
At the Schmopic. So you'd walk up the stairs, and for a while you could just do that. No worries, they just let you straight through.
Yeah.
Then it became,
They clocked it.
one night it was like, oh, I'll just walk you to your table, no worries. Who are you, like, what time is your booking? Who are you here with? I don't know, I've just been invited, like, on the side. Walked in, absolutely shitting my pants. This chick's, like, behind me. And then one of my friends, as soon as I walked in, turned around and was like, Grace! Instantly, I was relieved, and then she just turned around, like, and I'm pretty sure she, like, rolled her eyes because she couldn't believe it. And I went up to him and I was like, Cameron, you've just fucking saved me so bad. And then just walked straight through to the iconic. That was the biggest rush of adrenaline I probably ever will feel in my life.
Yeah, those feelings for sure. That's so fucking lucky. That's so abundant.
Yeah. So then I started seeing a graphic designer. We did frequent the Schmav quite often, and I had the idea of, why don't, circling back to year 5, we make a stamp. You can design it up and get them made. And that's exactly what he did. I took a photo of it, we worked out the length of his arm, did all the ratios, so it was perfect. And it did work, and I have the evidence. I hit him up and was like, hey, do you have the process of you making this fucking stem? And it worked. It fucking worked. And then they have since changed the design, and I'm pretty sure they changed the colours.
But it's really hard now. They make you pay. It's just
Yeah,
bullshit. And they don't even have a time
paying.
where you start paying.
Yeah, they're the ones fucking scamming.
Yeah, they're scamming and scheming. Shut up. You can't even guarantee you get a space in there.
Oh, I just hate it. I don't know
hate
how
it
I used to ever go there. The oysters bang though.
Do they?
Oh, fresh
I
as,
do
and they're
love
served
an
on
oyster.
ice. I hate when oysters are served on salt.
Yes.
Don't give them to me fucking warm. I want them ice cold.
It's weird. Yeah, it is weird. Yum, let's get oysters. Well, I actually had a little scheme and scamming moment today.
Yeah.
Literally today, so when you said that was your in, I was like, what a win, because I have the most perfect story. So my mum and I had to go to a shopping centre today, and it's a shopping centre where you have to pay for parking. And we don't usually go to this shopping centre, but I had to go get her some shoes, whatever. Anyway, we go into the shopping centre and I read the board. I'm like, I don't know how much it'll be, like what, usually from 0 to 30 minutes. We had one thing we had to get from a shop that was only available at the shopping centre. It said 0 to 30 minutes was $10. And with inflation, like, I don't mean to be a cheapskate, but like, I'm trying to hustle here.
Yeah.
$10 is 2 beers.
You're trying to scam me, I'll scam you back.
100%. So instantly I was out to get the shopping centre, and we went in, we did what we needed to do, we left within the 30 minutes, and mum goes, oh, I'll pay for parking. I was like, no, like, I brought you here. Anyway, I tried to transfer some money because I'm a transfer every transaction kind of gal. Stop those direct debits out. She goes, just give me, like, I'll just pay, it's fine. So I get her card and I'm like, hold on, mum. Let me
show
try
you.
something.
Let me show you what I can do.
Wind down the window. Instantly, I press the help button. Ring, 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 ring. Hello, Centre Security, parking, whatever. Hi, Sally. I'm trying to tap my card, but it's just not working. And at this point, I'm like, don't know if there's cameras. So I'm trying to like make the movement, but not too close that it activates the beep.
Yeah.
So she goes, I go, is there a pay station or something? Because I know if I'm saying it's not working, she's going to think I'm trying to get out of it.
Yeah.
So I try and offer to pay for in a really inconvenient way.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, is there a pay station? I've got people backed up at this point.
Yeah.
I'm holding up the queue.
Yeah.
Either Sally wants to create havoc and have me try and reverse out, park the car, go find a pay station. No worries. I'm like, but I didn't get a parking ticket when I came in because I knew it was a number plate reader anyway. So she goes, hold on one moment. I'm waiting. Complete silence. Mum's like, what are you doing, Sam? Boom, gate opens. I'm like, and that's how it's done, Mum. And she just pissed herself laughing. I wound up my window and go, there we go. We're fucking on scheming and scamming.
And it's a victimless crime.
It's a victimless crime.
Oh.
A multi-millionaire owns that car park. And I'm sorry, if I was there all day and I'm trying to scam out of like 3 days worth of airport parking,
Yeah.
I'm not like, I get that.
But still.
This is 0 to 30 minutes.
Yeah. That's nothing. You weren't even there for 30
It's a
minutes.
Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Leave me alone.
Exactly. I'm taking up one car space.
For $10, you can go fuck yourself.
Yeah, go straight to hell.
help desk help button. Anyway, don't waste that either, guys.
Yeah, don't use and abuse.
Don't use and abuse that, because one day they're all going to catch on.
You've got to find your own loopholes. If you've got a scheme and a scam,
A scheme and a
leave
scam
it in the comments below.
Yes.
I'd love to hear your schemes and scams.
I would love to hear a good little scheme. Victimless crime, you know?
Yeah.
So, my eye out is Icks.
I love this so much.
Icks.
I'm so ready.
And I remember, I don't know what it was that made me think of it. I think it was like, I was hanging out with, oh God, it sounds like I hang out with heaps of people, but I do. I was hanging out with a man, and he was like, oh, is that an ick for you? Like, girls and their icks and blah, blah, blah. He's like, what are your icks? And then I like thought about it, and I do the whole like wearing an anklet is an ick. Boat shoes, no socks, tight white skinny jeans. Like, the go-to.
Oh, yeah.
The go-to what would make you
That's
turn
just
off a
your
man.
personal taste.
This is what I'm saying.
Like,
So-
sorry, a man coughing is not an ick.
A
Like,
man treading water, not
Yeah.
an ick. Let him fucking not drown.
yeah,
Leave him
Jesus.
alone.
If men were talking about us like this, which they have for the majority of history,
But we've been literally saying feminism because of it.
and equality.
And now all of a sudden we've got this long, long, long list that men can't drink out of a straw.
yeah, free my
I mean,
boy.
that happened to me last night. I literally gave a friend my Stanley Cup, and he went, "Am I gay?"
Not the homophobia with the Stanley.
I was like, "It's more gay that you're bringing this up.
yeah.
Should I be concerned?
Yeah.
It's not defensive, my guy."
Sounds like you're deflecting.
Yeah. I was like, "Sorry, I'll go get you a bottle." Like,
Ew.
real weird. But then someone
What,
said
your
that
brother
men
suck
drink out of a
mother's
bottle.
teeth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real weird.
It's taking them back, sucking straight from the titty.
Yeah, it's
That's
really
what it is.
bizarre. Oh, well, we're screaming. Sorry, we're excited about this. Yeah, so icks are out, I think, for me. I think that we're using icks as an excuse to not like someone, but I think the reality is if you love someone, you love them unconditionally. And I've literally seen my ex-boyfriend's brown dot and been like, I love you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that, I just think that icks are an excuse that women created to not like men. Because
Absolutely
it's a
agree.
connection thing. Someone that you
Yeah.
really like, you're willing to oversee all of those things. I think what makes you not like a man is your values being different. The commitment piece, the connection piece, like all of that sort of stuff. You either have chemistry or you don't with someone, and they can start to do things like, but that's just getting to know someone and then realizing that's not what you want in a partner,
Yeah.
and then just going, I don't think you're right for me. I don't think it's fair for us to blame it on
No.
them treading water.
Yeah,
let
let
the man tread water.
Seriously, free my guy. Free my fucking boy. It's too much. A guy asked me ages ago on a Hinge date that I went on, and he was like, what are your icks? And I was like, I actually don't have any. I don't subscribe to that ideology.
Really?
No,
That's
because-
so weird that mine's this then.
I know, that's why I was like, oh fuck yeah, I absolutely feel very, very emotional about this one, because I just think it's so lame.
Yeah.
Like, it's so fucking lame. Like, why are we talking about things that we don't like? Also, it's really negative.
It is negative,
It's
yeah.
not very abundant mindset.
No, it's also, I just don't think it's fair.
No, it's not. If a guy was like, oh, she's got like, I don't know, nude underwear on, that's such an ick. Like,
Yeah.
Sorry,
she's
I'm
wearing
just trying to live.
seam-freeze. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I'm not, it's a tight dress.
yeah.
I agree. And there's some things that I do that go, fuck, that would have given a guy an ick. Like, even when you have, I don't know.
I'm just crazy. I be saying crazy shit. I'm not thinking.
But like people that are like, oh, if he puts the toilet roll that way.
yeah, that's not an ick. That's just annoying.
It's just accident.
Yeah.
It's just gone, I've had to do it quickly.
Yeah. Well, which way do you put it?
Oh, of course, the front way. But then sometimes I do it
Yeah.
the back way. But then I go, oh, that's annoying. And I change it.
Yeah, it is.
But
annoying.
I'll just change it. It is annoying. But like, are you going to fall out of love with someone because of that?
No.
Are you going to say, oh,
Sorry, Buck just flew to me.
where did it come from? Anyway, icks are out. We're not here for it.
That was a really, really good one. I really like it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, gals, if you have a list of icks, get rid of it. The reality is you just don't like him. That's just, he's just not that into you. If he wants to, he will. Icks aren't a thing. You don't
Yeah,
like
if he
him.
wanted to, he will. Yeah, that is so fucking true.
100%.
So my out is not thinking about things before you speak.
Yeah.
Saying the wrong thing. I have had a few moments recently where I've been out, had a Valium, so the forethought or the thoughts surrounding the thoughts are just not there. They're non-existent. It's just pure brain to mouth.
Yeah.
or just mouth even. And I was out the other weekend and someone came up to me and introduced themselves and I was like, oh, I'm so-and-so's girlfriend, so nice to finally meet you. And I was like, oh, so nice to finally meet you too. She was like, you said you work at Skin Divinity? And I was like, well, actually I didn't. I've seen you've been stalking my Instagram or something. Which is just like such...
And if I was going to say, if you knew this person,
well,
you would know that she would have been like uncomfortable with that response.
Yeah, I was
That's
like,
not a fun
and as
response.
soon as I said that, I was like, oh my God, that you're an absolute cunt. Why did you say that?
Mean, yeah.
Yeah. And then I spiraled about it all week. Anyway.
So then what happened? What did she say?
I just laughed about it. No, because I said liked one of my posts today, so I thought you must have seen it on Instagram. Anyway, I felt horrible about it and I was like, God damn it, Grace, you stupid bitch. Then on the rave last weekend, this girl comes up to me and I was like, I'm so-and-so's boyfriend, so nice to finally meet you. I've heard about you. And I was like, yeah, so nice to finally meet you too. You guys are amazing. Like, you're so gorgeous, so nice to finally meet you. We're talking about her work and stuff. And then I blurted out, I was like, yeah, ages ago when I first met so-and-so, I asked if he's single and he was like, no, I have a long-term partner for years and that's you and it's so nice to finally meet you. And I was like, why did you just say that? You pretty much just said like,
I want to fuck your boyfriend.
Yeah, I mean, I think your boyfriend's hot. But like, I'm not that type of girl, and I know that first episode could have painted me as that type of girl, but I'm absolutely not that type of girl. I would never.
No, we're not here to ruin families.
What I was saying about this, it was like, it's so nice to like meet a guy that's just like honest as well, and being like, yeah, actually I have a long-term girlfriend and she's amazing. I thought that was the sweetest, most beautiful thing ever. My idea, I think, was like, if my boyfriend said something like that, I would want to hear about like how much he loves me.
Yes.
But it just didn't come out that way. So again, I was like, oh, you stupid fucking idiot. Because you need to start thinking about things before you say. And then the other day we were at a bar. Romany was like, I've got a cocktail that I made last night that I want you to try. Gave me some of it. I asked if it was whiskey and she said, oh no, it's rum. And I went, oh, it's not, and she said, what do you think? And I said, well, it's not something I'd order off the menu. But I mentioned it as in like, I didn't get to finish what I was saying.
Yeah.
And she got really upset by it. And I was like, oh, and she was already having a day. And I was like, oh no, you've taken what I've said wrong. Like, I wouldn't look at a menu and go,
look at rum and be like,
go, I'll order that. But I actually really like it. This is so cool. So there's been a lot of like foot in mouth, fucking biting my knuckles, you dumb, silly bitch.
Well, it's really hard though, because I think, and this is probably the ADHD piece that I don't truly fully understand yet. We always talk about, we don't have any mystery and the truth always comes out. So I'm so honest, and I always say, like, if you said, oh, go down the street and turn left, and I went down the street and turned right, and you said how I was going down the street, I'd be, oh, I went right, not left. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I even if it had no impact on the story, I have to be honest. It makes me like a bit uncomfortable.
Yeah,
so that's why
too.
when I'm like sitting here talking to, and it happens when you're like casually dating, I think as well. It's like you go like, oh, what'd you do on the weekend? And it's like, I don't want to lie to you, but like I can't really be honest because it's a bit weird. So you try and say a friend. And I'm like, well, why did I even bring that story up?
Yeah.
You're a fucking idiot.
Yeah,
like, shut up.
There's a lot of, it's just an oversharing.
Yeah, I'm an oversharer. And like, honestly, on my outs, it was in my goals for 2024. Mystery was in, oversharing was out.
Yeah.
But it's very hard to do because it's a huge part of my brand.
Yeah, and it's just my brain.
Like, I remember once, an ex of mine, we were on the beach and I saw someone and I was like, oh, I know him. I'd slept with him before.
Yeah,
like, I know him.
I've done this too.
And he had a sausage dog and I was like, ew, ick, which is mean, but literally going against everything I said. But I absolutely just did not have a connection with him. Yeah. Everything he did was not it for me.
Yeah.
But it was what it was. Yeah, obviously we barely saw each other, barely. And my ex-boyfriend said something and I was like, oh, I've slept with him, because I felt like I had to say it.
Oh, wow,
I felt like it was
brave.
Important to say it, because I felt like I was lying if I didn't say something.
I get it.
So then he got so angry, and I was like, I was like, what? I was like, I don't know, and he was like, you don't have. Sorry.
I forget that we're on camera sometimes.
Yeah, I just was like, I'm so sorry. It's like, you don't have to tell me shit like that. Like, I don't want to know. And I was like, so fair enough.
Yeah.
The intrusive thoughts did win that day. And I try really hard to go, okay, men don't want to know when you've slept with other men. They're happy for you to lie.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the one thing I think they're like, lie.
Yeah.
Okay.
You've got my blessing to lie.
Yeah, I think that's the blessing to lie, but it's really hard because, when you're an oversharer, and you think about, it's a big part of your brand as well too. You and I are the same. We're the people that keep conversation flowing.
Yeah.
We're the people that keep the vibe going. We're the people that, people expect us to almost perform for them.
Yeah.
Like to keep the jokes running. Literally, welcome to the show. Here to spice up a normal dinner with some tea. And when you do that 9 times out of, like, there is going to be a degree of, well, I've accidentally let some things go through. Missed the sieve.
Yeah.
Missed the sieve.
Yeah.
It
Just a
went
big chunk.
flew
over the
edge. And I'm so sorry. But you want me to perform for you, you're going to have to cop it some shitty information.
And honestly, just whenever
the intention's pure.
The intention is pure, and I don't mean it in like a mean way, but it just comes out of my mouth, and I am regretful. I'm not a psychopath. I do have empathy.
Yeah.
But it sends me spiraling. So that is my out. I'm going to be trying to be more careful. Well, thanks for coming to another episode of On the List.
It will get better.
It will get better.
I really hope the sound. Look, I'm looking at the sound waves. It's giving inconsistent.
So new mics next week. It's going to get better.
You can only go up. See you next week.
Mic drop. Clipboard drop.